5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi there, I'm Jason Brenizer. I am the host of the Phenomenal Future podcast and the principal at the Phenomenal Future Project, PFP. I'm super excited to be here, even though I recorded this video earlier today, about 15 minutes ago, and it had no audio. So I am redoing this, deleting the live streams, and you know what? I'm committed to doing this 365 days in a row, to be going live, trying to give amazing content for artists out there to learn how to really take charge of their careers and build an amazing audience of fans that are going to stick with you for the rest of your life by using blockchain, NFTs, smart contracts, and really digging into Web3 and having both a virtual world and beautiful relationship with them, but also a real world relationship with them for your live shows, for the art that is physical that you're going to be selling, and you know, where your tribe can get together and really bond and get to know each other and really feel like they belong to something bigger than themselves. That's what we're trying to do here at the Phenomenal Future Project. So today I want to cover what an artist out there is doing that is really cutting edge around NFTs, and she's a perfect example of someone who had an idea and struck very quickly and got something out there, which is fantastic. So we're going to talk today about Emily Lazar and her band September Mourning and her two series of NFTs. The first was the Soul Collection, and the second is called September's Monsters. Now, she's done a great job of really thinking about the type of art that she wants to create, visual art, and having that really match what she's doing as a musician and in her live shows. She is the first female rock metal front person, probably the first female, you know, front person, but you know, that's her style of music, rock metal, to create and sell a music and animation NFT. And then she's also been a regular at a lot of the blockchain industry events, like ETH Denver 2022, which is where I saw her present. And she's a super smart person. She's a beautiful lady, and she is just really right at the crest of the wave here for blockchain and NFTs. And she is teaching us amazing things that can be done. Now, I'm going to switch over very quickly here and get us into looking at some of what she's been up to. And the first thing I'd like to do is get on here, OpenSea.io. It's a marketplace for NFTs that's on the Ethereum blockchain. I believe they're also branching out to some layer 2 blockchains, which sit on top of Ethereum, but we'll get to that on another video. I'm not going to cover what layer 2s are all about today. So here I am on OpenSea. I've already brought up her first collection, the Soul Collection, and you can see up at the top she's created a banner here of looks like covers to her graphic novels, which is cool. So she's already definitely been in the visual art space as an expansion of what she's up to with her music, which is really cool. And so again, she's perfect. She's a perfect example of someone who could get into NFTs very quickly. She already has some art out there associated with the band. Now you can also see here she's eclectic. She definitely likes to wear interesting outfits during her shows, and that is also going to play a part in her NFTs, and you'll see that in a moment. Now, she's really good here. If we look at just the number of items that she has, she just did a first NFT of 50. That's really small compared to what most other people out there or groups are doing with their NFT series. But I think that was a smart move on her part. She already had some assets that she could turn into NFTs, and she wanted to get something out very quickly because she knew being at the front of this was going to get her a lot of press, and it has. So excellent job, Emily, on that front. She really thinks through the marketing, the advertising, building buzz for what it is that she's creating. So yes, her music's great. Yes, her shows are great. But she does a good job of really thinking through all of the business aspects of how can she just supercharge the experience for her fans. I think it's fantastic. Now you can see here on OpenSea, it shows the total volume that's actually been spent or traded on the series over its lifetime. Now that is 22 ETH or Ether, which is the cryptocurrency used on the Ethereum blockchain. Now 22 times $1,500. One ETH is about $1,500 right now as I record this. That's $33,000 that people have paid for her NFTs, which is pretty fantastic for just 50. So she has some pretty amazing fans who probably jumped on board and thought this would be a fantastic way to support her in the band. Now, what did they use that for? Well, whatever they wanted to. There's no record company in the middle of this transaction. That's directly going to her Ethereum wallet or the band's Ethereum wallet, and they get to use those funds as they see fit. Maybe it's to pay some rent, but maybe it's also to have the funds to go into the recording studio and create their next album. Pretty cool, right? Not having to go hat in hand to a big music industry corporation and try to get them to pay for that, because they're going to want 95% of the proceeds when those sales are finally happening. So this is pretty cool, right? It's putting the power back into the hands of the artist. Now I'm gonna show you here. We're gonna price them high to low so you can get a handle. Oh, I wanted to also show you this. Floor price is the lowest price item in the series, just to let you know. Okay. Now we're pricing it high to low so you can see what her highest priced item in the series of 50 is. It's about 1 ETH, close to that. And you can see these are probably from panels on the graphic novel. And she's chosen a number of these, I guess, the images that she liked. This one is unique. It is the lyric sheet from one of her songs, Wake the Dead, that chances are she was the one that wrote this by hand and made an NFT out of it, which is really cool. Now, some of these look like duplicates, but there are attributes associated with all NFTs that make each of them unique, even if the image associated with them are exactly the same. But this is not typical. Most NFT images are going to be unique as well, but there is no hard, fast rule on how this needs to be done. That's really a cool thing about this as well. So I'm just scrolling through here. You get an idea of what some of these images are. It looks like her little character here does battle with a lot of dangerous beasties out there. And I think these are cool. Let's see here. More lyric sheets. Okay. Each song has only one lyric sheet, one NFT associated with it. And black and white. Now, I also want to go in here and click on one to give you a handle on this. So a lot of NFTs out there right now are static images. It's pretty standard. But it appears that we have an animation, which is really cool and fairly unique at this point. So that was one way that she took art from her graphic novel or novels, which were static, and turned them into something that is a bit more unique on a computer and leverages the fact that you can animate some of these things. Pretty fantastic. I think she did a great job of taking a couple of things that made her stuff unique and taking assets that she already had that people probably already love and give them another way to consume what it is that she's creating. It would be like having different mixes of a song. You might like all four of an individual song, and you might want the dance track when you are throwing a party at your house. this is another way to think of that. People, if they like you, they're going to like many different aspects of how you could present the things that they like. Okay. Now you can see, like I said, this is almost $1,500. You can see the price of how it's changed over time, how many times it's been sold or bought, and then over here on the left-hand side, these are the attributes for the NFT. She's the artist, the collection, the edition, the name, the song that it's related to, and the year of creation. Now that's not many attributes or properties for an NFT. A lot of them have many, many, many more. And in fact, if I flip over to her second series, we'll get a sense of what she's done here that's a bit different. Now, you can see instead of 50 items on September's Monsters, she's done 1,000 unique items. 475 people have participated in this, which is great. So she was able to create another series to, arguably she had more than 50 fans, so why not create more stuff that fans could really enjoy and participate with. The volume's about the same on this one, so about the same amount of money, but you can see that the floor price is a lot lower at 0.05 ETH, that's about $75. And so you can see that this is a much lower barrier of entry for her fans to participate. And that's a smart move. She wanted to figure out ways that her well-to-do fans could really help support some of her bigger ambitions, and then also some of the fans that wouldn't have to break the bank but can still be part of the tribe by buying an NFT. So I think that's a really smart move. Now let's go ahead and price high to low, just to get a handle on where we are here. 1.5 ETH is the max here. So a little bit higher than on the first collection, which is interesting to note. But as I said before, the floor price is also lower than it is on the other one. So the much bigger range here. And that's expected because we're going to have a lot more attributes on this one, on these NFTs. And that is a recipe for creating a wider range of differences and a sense that some of these will be more rare than others. So we can see that the imagery of each NFT here is very similar, right? They're of a piece. It's going to be a female character. She's going to be in a very similar pose with right arm up and left arm down and left knee up. She's going to be in semi-profile. And you can see that she has many different things that she can hold, wear, different makeup, masks, hats, skin color, backgrounds, all kinds of wonderful things here that she's done to make each of these unique. The chances are, I haven't looked into this, but chances are she's collaborated with an artist and they came up with the concepts together of the different weapons that the woman could be holding, the different hairstyles, the eye styles, makeup, clothing, etc., to really align with the types of characters and clothing and costumes that Emily wears in her live shows, right? That is a fantastic way to have cohesion, I think, and an artistic vision of what she's doing in the music, what she's doing in the live shows, what she's doing in video, and what she's doing here with NFTs. I think, again, she's a really smart woman in the way that she is creating a really unique brand, but recognizable brand. And that's not for everybody, right? I doubt you're going to get some Bible thumpers buying these, but that's not who she's trying to attract. She definitely has a very specific fan base that she is trying to attract, and she's giving them what they want, which is she's a smart businesswoman. Do I have to say it again? I just believe it. Now let's look over here on the side, and we will get a better handle on attributes, okay, or properties. So there are different backgrounds, 10 different backgrounds. There are different eye types. If I click on here, we've got bored eyes, irritated eyes, side eyes, furious, flirty, surprised, angry, September eyes, sorry, mansplained. I obviously must do that because I had a little Freudian slip there. Vampire and zombie eyes. So really cool, right? Floating elements that are in the background, different hair, what's in the left hand. Let's see some examples there. We've got a lasso, we've got swords, we've got a chain, wizard's staff, a wakizashi, a scythe, bow, gun. I don't know what a witch hand is, but that's pretty interesting. Cool, right? This is fun. You know, she obviously did a lot of work dreaming this stuff up and figuring out what she likes and what her fans like. Skin detail, skin color, upper clothes, lower clothes, what's on the wrists, you know, probably maybe even other types of jewelry and things like that. Now let's go ahead and click on one of these and just to do a little bit of an exploration here. And thank goodness we still have the audio working, because that was frustrating that I recorded pretty much this same content all the way through just earlier and had to do it again. But like I said, I'm committed to doing these every single day, and it is 12 o'clock at night almost. And so I wanted to make sure I got this video done before the chimes of midnight rang, because I am committed to reaching my goals, just like you artists out there should be committed to your vision and be able to get actual product out, create new songs, create new paintings, whatever it is that you're working on. So here, let's look at number 406. She's got some clown makeup and some interesting hair here. She's got the chain and a scepter, and she's got hearts floating around. Pretty interesting, right? So let's see. This one has probably been sold once, so there's no extra price history activity. And let's look at the attributes over here on the back. We've got glass animals background, and 11% of the 1,000 NFTs have this trait. The eyes are irritated, and 11% of the NFTs have this trait. Of her NFTs are in this series. Hearts are lower at 9%. Here's an interesting one. Mouth and makeup, that whelp makeup, 0.3%. So that is a very unique attribute. They're, let's see, 0.3 out of 1,000. How many is that? 1,000 times 0.3%, so that's 0.003. There are only 3. Should have been able to do that calculation right in my head, but there are only 3 out of 1,000 that have that whelp makeup, right? Here we go. See this makeup here? There are only 3. That's a very unique attribute. And so that may, over time, give this NFT a different valuation than other NFTs because of its rarity. This is something to think about when you're creating your own NFTs. You know, you don't want to make them all exactly the same. You don't want to make, you don't want to give them all the same kind of percentage of attributes, you know. 50% of everything has everything. Like, then they're not that unique, they're not that excited. Especially if the way the auction works or the way the sale works, you can change with those dynamics. So you could have all NFTs 1 through 1,000 be purchased 1 through 1,000. And you could actually allow the person to view what the NFT is before they purchase it. So pretty simple. You could also not have any idea of what the actual NFT is going to look like. There may be representations of examples, but when you purchase the NFT, you may be the 50th person out of 1,000 to buy an NFT when it launches. And yet you may have no idea what it actually is. And so there's a bit of randomness in there, and you hope you get the luck of the draw. It's almost like like you're going to Vegas and you're seeing if you're going to get those good cards, right? That's pretty cool. There's an aspect of surprise there and maybe delight. Okay, so that's one of the things about how NFTs work. You really want to think through the dynamics of what the experience is like for your audience when they purchase it, and also what potentially benefits they might get besides owning the NFT. There could be an attribute that is backstage. Okay, the attribute may not be visible on the image. Okay, there may be nothing in this image here that says backstage, but it would be interesting to see if you purchased one of these NFTs and it had the backstage attribute, and when you go to one of Emily's shows, you're allowed to come backstage after the show and spend time with the band. That would be a really cool benefit. That's what's possible to you in NFTs. So not just the visual representation of the fact that you can show people that you're part of this tribe, but you may actually get any other benefits that the NFT creator can dream up. And those benefits can change over time, and they can also be transferred from one person to another when you buy NFT and sell an NFT, which is really cool. So that's a good introduction, I think, here of what one artist, a musician specifically, and performer is doing with NFTs. And hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight about what you might be able to do. Now in the future, I'm going to be creating videos, I'm going to be creating courses, and that are going to help you walk through this process to really dream up your own NFT series and to figure out what the steps are to actually launch them out there on something like OpenSea. So if you like this content, I would love for you to subscribe. It really helps to pump the algorithm and help people discover us. Also, I'd love for you to share this with an artist friend of yours who might be a little bit technologically savvy and wouldn't be afraid of some of the stuff that I'm talking about here and digging in a little bit, just like Emily has, and to really hit that frontier and be one of the first artists out there making NFTs. Please share it. And I'm so excited about the Phenomenal Future podcast, Phenomenal Future project, about what's going to be coming. Day 12, 12.2, because I recorded this a second time. I'm really happy for any of you who are here. Please leave comments. Let me know what was good. Let me know what was bad. Let me know what you would like to learn, what you would like me to cover, because I'm here for you. And I think that's it for today. I will just say until next time, adios from Texas.